Okay, so I've been a bit on a high with this game lately, so I figured, you know what? I want to play through it again. And what better way to show another little thing that I know about than... So yes, I changed this down here so it's not misleading. Okay, so this game has a challenge mode and a story mode. So obviously we're going to the story, which is fine, and then we start with I wonder if I should use the abridged voices. You know what? Let's have a little fun. Let's have a little fun and do so. Well, this must be the lab mentioned in that letter you got. Sick Domino Labs, yeah. This looks like the place. It's pretty far from the city. There's nothing else here. Doesn't that building look futuristic? Sick is a famous overseas game company, isn't it? It's a brand new game company that started here in Japan, but it's already become a major player. Although it's relatively new, it's gotten pretty big by releasing a bunch of innovative games. They've been using 3D images and virtual reality research to create some amazingly lifelike environments. It sounds like a lot of what Kaiba's company does. According to this invitation, they're doing exactly the same kind of work as Cybercore. SICK has incorporated cutting-edge technologies to develop next-generation virtual reality technology. SICK hopes to work in the field of games to perfect this technology using the wildly popular Duel Monsters. SICK plans to further develop the technology through gameplay. Their technological goals may be scientific, but if they're using Duel Monsters, I want to get a good look at it. Me too! This is so exciting! But why did they send invitations to us? I think they sent invitations to everyone that ranked as well at the Duelist Kingdom and Battle City tournaments. In order to test the new Duel Simulated Kingdom, SICK is sponsoring a test trial. They respectfully ask for your assistance in helping us make Kingdom the best game it can be. It also says to bring friends if you want. Naturally, a lot of you guys ran away. Just so we're all clear, I'm here because I did so well in the tournaments. Oh yeah? Where's your invitation? They must have sent it to the wrong address, man. Yeah, sure. At least we know that Yugi here is a finalist. That's it, Tristan. I'll take you right here and now. Stop it, both of you. This is no time to fight. Look, there's someone from the lab waiting for us. Let's get going. I'm not going to do this accent. You must be Yukimoto. We've been waiting for you. Aren't you supposed to be German? No, we're not. It wasn't funny. That's me, and these are my friends. Wonderful. Let's go. I'll go inside, shall we? Hey, you. Didn't we see this guy at Kybercorp once? I think so, but all the people at Kybercorp give off the same kind of weird vibe. You are correct. I did work for Kybercorp. Geez, he heard us. We're almost at the main lab. This is just a prototype. We're using the dual disc for packaging reasons. It's all original SICK hardware on the inside. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you used to recreate the world of Duel Monsters? Yes, our tests of Kingdom have been very successful so far. We've constructed an entire fantasy world based on Duel Monsters. We'd like you to help us test the simulator by simply playing the game as you only work. The simulator supports multiple players, so you will all be able to play at the same time. In multiplayer mode, everyone joins the game as a different game character. It sounds like a network game or something. These games are so awesome! Kingdom is a fantasy game. You will all join the resistance and fight against the Empire, which is suppressing the general population. Of course you'll all participate. The game has different characters. The game is currently set for a few hours, and we'll be recording your play data from here. Cool! Well, what are we waiting for? Let's play! Yeah! This is so exciting! I wonder what it'll be like. Does this seem on the level to you? Huh? What do you mean? This whole simulator seems suspicious. We're probably just overreacting. Ah, it's about to start. Kishin, yes. What's the matter? I don't know, but I've got a really bad feeling about this. What's happening? Ah! Gee, Yugi! Happened, Lord Yugi. Lord Yugi, please wake up! Lord Yugi? Oh, my head. You seem to be coming out of it. Where am I? Huh? You're in the port city of Makad, on the western side of Valxi Island. You lost consciousness suddenly. You just passed out right in the middle of our meeting, don't you remember? Remember what? You appear to be suffering from memory loss. Let me explain everything as quickly as I can. Your name is Yugi. You are the leader of the resistance here at Makad, and we're planning our next attack when you've passed out. We've tricked the Imperial forces into splitting up, and Eidos, the ruler of these lands, is left with few guards. It was the perfect chance for us to break the Emperor's oppressive hold, and we're just about ready to attack. Is any of this coming back to you? Any at all? No, none of it. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. But it sounds like I'm expected to take command of the resistance. That is correct, Lord Yugi. You are, after all, Supreme Commander of the Resistance. Without you, we don't even have enough marshals. You must lead on the front lines. Marshal? Oh dear, have you forgotten everything? Marshals are a type of general, and you are central to a battle. Marshals can control monsters and engage in battle by pitting their monsters against those of the enemy. Each monster has incredible power equal to several thousand human soldiers. This is why the marshals hold the key to victory in any battle. However, the number of men with this power over monsters is small, including here the resistance has but 3. So you're telling me I have this special virtual ability? You have it in spades, sir, although I'm afraid your powers might be weaker in your current state. You have powers? You will just have to get back slowly in battle. In the beginning, I will assist in your recovery. Remember that Imperial units usually have a marshal assigned to them as well. You will need to get your battle instincts back, and if you're going to defeat the Imperial marshals. For the time being, we need to finish planning our strategy and organizing our units. Come this way. Well, this is a fine mess we're in. I know, it doesn't feel like we have any control over the game. I think it's safe to assume that we're trapped in this fantasy game world. They must have been planning on using us as their lab rats from the beginning. I wonder if the rest of our friends are here too. It's likely. They're probably all just as confused by whatever character roles they've been thrown into as well. We've got to find a way out of here. I don't know how much of what the sick techies told us is true, but we did say that this is a game. Then it's got to have an ending, right? Maybe if we play the game and clear all the levels, it'll lead to a way out. That makes sense. That's super special. Awesome. Without from the rest of our friends, we're sure to find a way home. That seems to be our best bet for now. I'm not going to read it anymore. My throat's killing me. Okay, so you begin the game with some monsters, to say the least. With Shimon here, we get Zombie Warrior, Beaver Warrior, and Shadow Spectre. Fizdiz, I love that name, by the way. Her team consists of Hornimp, the most powerful monster in all of Duel Monsters, and Kedekabado? Is that how you pronounce that? Anyway. And then last we have Pharaoh Imp on Yugi, Karibo, and of course, the Celtic Guardian. So, typically what I do is I either leave the teams as is, or I try experimenting and playing around with it. Because Karibo kind of sucks, so let's actually give Yugi some of his monsters. I hate to weaken her, but let's restructure entirely. And go from there. I'll make you get flying troop here. I kind of get that garbage, but what can you do? You must use the Celtic Guardian. I think that'll do. Alrighty. Also, I want to point out something. The Konami code actually does something in this game. Wow. So yes, there are wandering monsters in a lot of campaigns. This is basically how you gain more monsters. And of course, the first one is Silverfang, one of Yuki's monsters. So, and then sometimes when you clear campaigns, monsters will join. This is basically how you bolster your army and create how many people you can get on top. I can't believe there's actually a tag for this. This is such an obscure game. I've been watching some guy play this for a while, and I've been wanting to play it again. So might as well share the fun. Alright, he needs to fall back. So yeah. The Konami code actually does something in this game. Down, down, left, right, Yu-Gi-Oh! What that does is, I think it gives you around 400 gold. So, if you start running out of money, yeah, just find an empty space and put it in the Konami code. Yu-Gi-Oh! I know it's cheating, but to afford certain things in the game, we do kind of need to do this. Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 So, this is a strange game. It's a mix of Well, it was during that era where they didn't really know what to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! So instead, they just made a bunch of random IPs. I think they were just trying to throw everything at the wall and see what would stick. Yes, you must use the Celtic Guardian. So, yes, this is a weird hybrid game. It has some RPG turn-based elements, as you can see. And then, on the field, outside of battle, it becomes an RTS game. I don't know what they were thinking with this, but honestly, it's not the worst idea in the world. It is very creative, I will give it that. Oh, I missed. 2 HP. It's the equivalent of having 1 HP in Pokemon. Wow. Apparently nobody can hear the broadside of a barn today. Did everyone just suddenly go to the Stormtrooper Academy? So basically I found out that raw damage is literally their attack power divided by 10. So Celtic Guardian base stats, of course, are 1400. So he does 140 damage as a result. Might as well launch my attack. And then one thing that's interesting about this game is that even monsters that are not that good normally could actually be legitimate, well, monsters on the battlefield. It is very strange how it works. So basically how it works is it's a point system if you don't KO your enemies. So whoever has the higher score is the one who wins, and that's determined on damage, misses, waiting, guarding, things like that. Did I miss? Yes, I did. And then the little stars underneath that sort of resemble the star chips from Duelist Kingdom. Those are action points It's basically how many times the monsters can attack or perform an action of any kind. And that shadow spectre is good thing this guy's almost dead. I like doing that, issuing out commands using Z, because it's a lot easier, because time is of the essence. So. Yu-Gi-Oh! Or cheating. Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 Down, down, left, right. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! So the reason why I gave Shimon the voice that I did earlier was he's kind of based on Yuki's grandpa. You actually see it in the Dawn of the Duel arc in the original Duel Monsters series. Yes, unfortunately, one of the starting monsters is, of course, Karuga, because it's Yugi's story. Yeah, that Blackland fire dragon, because that's where it caused some problems. The rest of the team's kind of Ow. Yeah, the rest of his team is kind of a joke. The Blackland Fire Dragon's like the only threat. His side monsters being basic insect and you really expect much out of those two monsters. HP. Yu-Gi-Oh! That's actually funny. Still recognize my input. And time for the most powerful monster in all of Duel Monsters. Penguin Soldier! The Dragon Slayer. idea what's happening. I don't have bad luck. Missing twice in a row. Vagrant soldier, take him out! I find it funny that Penguin Soldier defeated 2 monsters. And I still lost! How does that work? What's left is basic insect. I'll probably, Karibo will probably die, but... Unless it attacks my full health beaver warrior. Sure, why not? Okay, what is it with all the missing? And down he goes. A splendid first victory, Lord Yuki. Our actions have stirred the people in these lands to fight back against the Empire. The noble families in the area are offering to assist us financially. If we continue to win like this, the resistance should grow nicely. The Empire is confused right now, but it's only temporary. They'll soon send units to hunt us down. Let's take this opportunity to secure our positions and fight off the enemy. Now, it's time for you to make an appearance, Lord Yugi. The people want to meet their savior. Nice. That's not a bad monster. Blackland Fire Dragon. But Sue got confused about what to do. The resistance plans to free a large agricultural village in the south. Our success in freeing the Makad area has strengthened the determination of the resistance. Let's strike the stores of the Imperial forces while morale is high. We can cut them off from their supplies. The southern part of the island is mostly farmland. The Empire works most of the farmers like slaves. If we can free this area, all supplies to Suga will be cut off and we'll gain a significant advantage. However, General Subeko, one of the fiercest generals in the regular Imperial Army, appears to be in the area. Subeko is a dangerous foe, well known for his ferocity. I don't believe he has a large force with him, but we should still be careful not to make any mistakes. That reminds me, I believe we received some items in our last engagement. You can use those items by equipping the monster's equipment. Just remember that you can't change your mind once you send a monster into battle. Yes, that is very correct. Once you go into battle, well, go into the campaign, it's impossible to change the monsters. Okay, so, by Shadow Spectre, I'll give Yuki Silver Fang, because it's appropriate. And let's get rid of Karibo, and give Shimon Blackland Fire Dragon. And, honestly, there's not much I can do for her. Sadly. So yes, items. How this works is basically you can basically heal your squad. It's not super useful in the beginning, but this is the first mission where you can just openly buy items. So as a result, it becomes a lot easier. Also, this is where I'm going to do a lot of my equip buying, because you need to get some equip items to make your monsters a lot more potent. It's awfully quiet. There doesn't appear to be any enemy movement. Yes, we seem to be lucky. The enemy doesn't seem to know that we're here. According to our scouts, the closest fort isn't guarded at all. Let's use this opportunity to take the fort and fortify a defensive position there. Also, there's a typo there. Yugi's forces free Asherton. It's actually called Ashen. But, yeah. Okay, so, first things first. Who's better in this situation? Shimon. Okay. So I'm going to send Yugi here. And then, Shimon, I need you to go do something entirely off the walls. I need you to go play in the woods. Should have an absurd amount of money now. We do. Okay, so I'm building a barricade and a healer. The reason for the healer is we're at a point where we don't have enough items. So because of that, we need to have a healer in place for the time being. I'm sending her... since he's concentrated on there. The thing is, if you send out all your forces and then send someone here to capture this guy will make a beeline for your main base, and if you lose that, you instantly fail the mission. So the Zaragon needs to die, but you gotta be kinda careful, because if you solely go after it, it will start healing itself. It's similar to basically metagaming in Pokemon against boss fights. Don't knock the Pokemon, basically don't knock the monster's health down to a certain point, and it will not heal. It will instead attack. Or do some other action. This way it's easier to whittle it down, and it doesn't get a chance to heal. Of course, the speed stats are kind of random sometimes, so that was just unlucky there. Oh well. At least I get to knock it out now. Unless I miss. That monster hurts. Embodiment of Apophis. Even in the actual card game, that monster was very irritating to deal with. If you were able to get your hands on it, though, because I believe it was a promo. I've already done damage to you, so I'm just going to take you out now. This is the healers now. Okay. Yeah. I have this guy beat. I'll heal after I deal with him. Healing does waste it, unfortunately. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Embodiment of Apophis is a very strong monster for this early in the game. I'm disappointed that it was just given to Rony and not the boss of the area. I don't know, that just never made sense to me. If you're going to come out in droves, then give the best monster on the battlefield to the actual boss of the area. That just makes sense. Down and out. Alright. Take care of him. Ah, there we go. And this is why I told Shimon to go play in the woods. There are a few monsters I want to get here. They are Mystic Horseman, Hane and Manny or Bug. The only one that I really care about is the Mystic Horseman because Hane and Manny or Bug are not too good. I mean, they're better than nothing, but they're not great. Now, if this were the actual card game, yes, those monsters would be very irritating to deal with. Just wait for the inevitable. Down you go. Guarded. Going after the horseman now. First rule of thumb. Either take out the healer or the monster that has the highest amount of attacks. And then the thing is, you don't have to take them all out, you just have to win score-wise for them to join you. Oh yes, also, If a base has that R in the upper left-hand corner, that is a respawn point. Fun fact, because of that, the enemy actually has no respawn point. Once they're defeated, they're out of here. I remember this guy being pretty fierce. I think I'll send her there. I'll be up in here, not really. You can just kind of chill here for a few minutes. I also love how for the equipment they use actual card art or cards in the game. This is the only one that doesn't have any point of reference. I think that's supposed to be Royal Decree maybe, but I don't know for sure. Unless you guard. I guess I'll take out the King of the Abyss. It's somewhat of a shame that I actually know these monsters. Ooh, nice crit. Yeah, Larva Moth is kind of not a threat. Now, since this guy's a little easier to handle, I'm going to send Yugi to that other base, and I'm going to send Fizz to clean up this guy. And Konamika a few more times.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh!
And they're crashing into each other. Yep, that happens sometimes. That's one thing that's neat. You can use items outside of battle. chip damage area. I always find it interesting that they use the Eye of Wound. Nice crit. Honestly, let's take it out. Found it funny how so many of these monsters were never printed either in TCG or OCG. Like for example, Dark Rabbit wasn't printed until Absolute Power Force in 5Ds. I never understood that. There are just some things that just don't make a lot of sense. Oh yeah, so if you do run out of medicine, you're not completely SOL. There's a piece of equipment you can buy. It's called Supply Unit. Basically, that makes it so you can replenish whatever item you like. It's not great, but hey, because it is pricey, and depending on the rarity of the item, it's pricey. so let me check my notes. Okay. I'm going to want to build a trade union up the road, and one already has one in it, so that's not bad. Okay, fall back. Also, you see how sometimes marshals have their own abilities, like Yugi has Master of the Egyptian Gods. Basically, it makes it so he can just summon the Egyptian gods. It speaks for itself. Fizdiz over here has Trader. What that does is it makes it so these items are sold at a discount. And spoilers, yes, the Harpy Ladies are in the game. And I'm going to buy a lot of these before I need them. Doesn't give that much. I get a bunch of those for free later anyway, so it doesn't bother me that much. Alright, we'll send Shimon this way, and I'm going to send her after him, and Yugi's just going to chill.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 Yu-Gi-Oh!
Basically, I make it so we can get through this game even quicker by basically showing you the areas that give you the items that make your monsters very potent to the point where the game actually becomes a bit easier, even as it gets harder.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's why I'm kind of abusing the Konami code here. I think I'll have time for one more mission, and then I think like I said, I'm just basically showing you all how it's possible to speed through. You just gotta, know where to buy stuff and abusing the Konami code. So this guy has Tiger Axe, Urabi, and Stuffed Animal. I almost forgot the name of that monster. Urabi is probably the biggest threat, so I'm going to take it out first. Thing hits like a truck and it boosts and it's able to attack. So that is a problem. I guess that's my fine on Twitch, but honestly on my screen it looks terrible because this is GameCube. You know how that works. I'm just going to have him stand aside while she cleans up this guy. Guarded. Fine. Go, you missed. Nice crit. I like that. Oh well, one more go there. And this. Okay, we'll go a trade union here. Yeah, this guy. Yep, stuff that I need. Let's see. Just enough.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 Yu-Gi-Oh!
Alright, let's get a few legendaries. And that should do.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 Yu-Gi-Oh!
You have some red Now, red medicine is better than blue in every way, except for one thing. You only get 3.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's what I prefer
Yu-Gi-Oh!
to use.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Blue medicine, because at a certain point, blue
Yu-Gi-Oh!
medicine doesn't really do anything.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh!
Wonderful. That should be more than enough. Alright, so let's storm the enemy base now. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Wrong button. Okay. That's all the buying I'm going to be doing for some time. But yeah, this is basically the one mission where you get a lot of your equip items you're going to need. Alright, Shimon, wait there a second. I love how I'm using Hornip and Feral Imp, by the way. I just find that funny.
You've done well for a bunch of misfit rebels. It's been a long time since an enemy got me this excited. But playtime is over. It won't be long before you beg Sabeko for mercy.
I don't know, I just gave him that voice randomly. Okay, so the threat on the field is this Axe Rider. The rest of them are kind of a joke. Ooh, nice crit. Let me switch the camera here. It's a little morbid to have gravestone. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? The reason why I'm focusing on that trainer is because that guy hurts a lot. When I look closer at Axe Raider in this game, he sort of looks like Captain Falcon. Alright, Shimon, you know what you need to do. Got the Axe Raider, now the Black White Fire Dragon before it perishes. We'll just finish him off. So yeah, I mentioned that the enemies don't respawn. Don't get used to that. Pretty much most missions will have infinitely respawning enemies, so they will come back after a certain amount of time passes. But they changed it so it doesn't happen. Basically, they come back, but they're not at their full health. Same goes for you. If you lose one of your troops, they will come back eventually, but only at half of their full power. That's basically how it works. They kind of balance it out. Random critical, sure. I have to remember the voice of this guy because he appears a few more times. Meh, that was pretty sad. Alright, you can stand down. Let's shimmer and finish this guy.
You'll pay for that. I was going to let you live, but not now.
What can you do? Yugi? Yugi, it's you!
Oh, Tristan, what are you doing here?
Trapped in the game, just like you, I guess. Joey and the others are here too. I was just with them a little while ago. Kaiba's working for the Empire. After losing to him, we felt it was safer to split up.
Kaiba?
Yep, I'm not sure why he's here, but he is. Anyway, I came to the island to organize my own resistance army. I should have known that you'd be leading the resistance.
It's the role I was given. Where is everyone else?
I don't know. We all separated and went underground to gather followers for the resistance. My guess is that they're still on the mainland trying to gather support and form new units. If we fighting against the Empire, we're sure to run into them again.
Good point. I don't think we have any other options anyway.
Since I'm already here, I'm yours to command, Mr. Resistance Leader. My voice gives me super strength.
Nice.
It's good to have a familiar face on my team.
Kill it with fire!
Yeah, that was a really good one too, I agree with you. That might be something I might stream in the future. Alright, let's break these monsters now. Thank you for that. Let's see. Okay. Let's get rid of you. You're really not that helpful. Trust the Mystic Horseman. So I'm basically just going to speed this up. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot you can do for the dragons. That's one thing that always bothered me. But, well. It's not the end of the world. And because you're going to be prone to being defeated, let's have a monster or two on you. I didn't buy a lot of legendary swords because I kind of prefer using silver bow and arrow on a lot of the warrior monsters because that's way more useful. Basically, it guarantees that you won't miss. I did not. I have it on the Game Boy Advance though. Picked it up at an old game store. But I've seen it a few times. I've definitely considered it. So, basically we have to wait things out. You gotta send Yugi up here to the mountains somewhere to find a roaming monster. I am just going to position everybody out here. I'll position my weakest teams out there. And then keep at least one person to guard the base. I've actually played Duel Masters in the past. I managed to find an old deck in a Books A Million down south. Okay, Yugi, you're a bit over-leveled, so I'm going to send you back to guard the base where I'll have Shimon move up this way. Get in position. And now we wait and let's get a little more money.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 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 Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, that should be enough for the time being.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Not bad, not bad. And we just wait for 9 p.m. Because
Yu-Gi-Oh!
then the enemy becomes laughably
Yu-Gi-Oh!
easy to defeat.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, save the
Yu-Gi-Oh!
two. Of course, the boss of the area, and then there's one guy who just hangs around the main base. At least those two can't fuse. That would be problematic if they could. Alright. Raw damage. Nice. Ooh, that load time now. Alright, that hunter needs to go down. Of course, Hane's still very weak. Now go! The most powerful monster in all of Duel Monsters! He can take out the full health guy. These two can clean up these guys. Hey, yes, Penguin Soldier of his own. Well, it's going down. Penguin Soldier, Carusi's, and Phantom Duke. Robotic Knight, Man-Eater Bug, and Cyber Commander. Well, at least Tristan isn't fighting this guy. Trying to take out Man-Eater Bug? Yes, you are. That works for me. Mystic Course, Rocket Warrior, and Shadow. Not bad lineup. Oh yeah, I guess it's hard. Oh well. So I gotta decide not to leave this, huh? Interesting. Let's go ahead and grab this real quick. Oh, now he comes out. Well, let's go ahead and make this harder for him. What's the threat here? Camera shadow. Wow, okay. Wasn't expecting that. Don't you want that accidents? Oh, I missed. Well. This is one game I held onto my library for many years because couldn't bring myself to ever get rid of it. Of course, that came in spades because games are expensive. You see like no action in this game, so Hey, it's the guy we grind against in Forbidden Memories. Zenki, you're up first. Battle guards always sound like old man. I always found that funny. After all, remember. Okay, you must use the Celtic Guardian. Ooh, nice crit. Well, I wiped the floor with this guy. Forbidden Memories is actually very hard. Basically, I've seen people speedrun it, but they had to mess with the algorithm. So the opponents you beat hand you better cards. Because I've tried grinding against the lower meta mage, and it took me about 50 tries to get at least one of the cards that I needed. Which was Meteor Black Dragon. It's weird. He hands out some of the best cards, yet the high meta mage hands out worse cards than he does. Alright, let's switch you out, give you this new winged dragon, because it's less. Yeah. Well, I'm going to save, and I think I'm going to end things off here for the evening, because I'm getting exhausted. So, that and the fact that later in the game, some bosses just hard summon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and there's nothing you can do. That is the one monster that you, no matter what you have, you can never beat. Now, it is possible to beat Gate Guardian, which they just hard summon later. If you use the Guardian sign Sun for Meteor Black Dragon, you will always win against Gate Guardian. Alright, folks. So, that's it for this evening. Thank you for joining the stream.